Hey loves, my name is Kyle August and I manifested my specific person with basically no effort and no actions. And today in this video, I'm going to talk about exactly what I did, the exact metaphors, the exact mindset that I use to do this so that you can do the same exact thing and manifest your specific person effortlessly. And when I mention that this is so much easier than you could ever imagine, I'm telling you the truth because this is something that you can implement right here, right now, before even the end of this video. But before we dive into this, I want to talk about exactly what we mean by an effortless or actionless manifestation. So action is usually termed as things that we're going to be doing in our external reality. So normal people approach manifestation in the ways of thinking of themselves as being a particular identity, and then there is this outside world that is acting or working against them. So normally people feel as if they have to take a lot of action to then work against this outer reality, or more specifically, convince their specific person to be a certain type of way, or to like them, or to care for them, or to be obsessed with them. But that doesn't get us anywhere, because the law of assumption states that we need to assume as if we already have what we want. We need to be the individual that is already with our specific person. And you can see how trying to work against your reality is not going to accomplish this in the ways that we want. Because if we are trying to use a lot of effort and a lot of action to change what is happening outside of us, then you can ask yourself, what state are we in at this current moment? And of course, we're going to be in the state of the individual who doesn't have what they want, because they are attempting to change that. But instead, I want you to approach this entire concept with a different mindset. I want you to imagine that your specific person is chasing after you. You are not changing their mind. You are becoming the individual within that already has them. You are becoming the individual that they are absolutely obsessed with. And when you become this person, your external reality and everything around you is going to immediately respond to that. And so here's the secret mindset that's going to effortlessly bring you your specific person in the same way that it brought mine. So we first need to go over, again, a concept called frames. So whenever you have a belief of anything in your reality, so you believe that your name is your name, your address is your address, or that you're just a good person or you're a chaste person, this is going to be a frame or a belief. And the reason I'm using it in the concept of frames is because it works perfectly with the metaphor that I want to give you. But when two frames interact, the more confident one is going to win out. So whenever you are talking about being with your specific person and you see other people around you talk against that, you're basically using your frame or belief and it's going up against their frame or belief. And like I mentioned, the only one that comes out on top is going to be the winning frame. So your reality is going to reflect whoever is most confident. So when you say, I'm going to be with my specific person, and your family says, are you though? Or no, you're not. Or but this, but that, all of these circumstances. If you are confident enough in your frame, then you are going to see your reality begin to immediately reflect it. Your family is going to immediately take upon the frame of mind that you are talking about. But I can give you an example of this because I know it might seem a little confusing. So the example is to imagine you and your friend go to the nearest supermarket or grocery store or whatever. And you walk in and you guys are talking about your normal conversations, what you're doing later, what you've been up to, everything that you would talk about with your friend. But imagine you walk in, they go up to a random item, pick it up off the shelf, and then while talking, continue to just walk out of the store. What is your immediate thought going to be? And you're going to be thinking, did they just steal that, right? Were they supposed to be doing that? Why did they just do something that seemingly made no sense? Like you're supposed to pay for everything that you pick up. But what if they did this so confidently and they remained in their frame of mind so well that you began to question your own thoughts? Because the answer to this question would be, if this were to occur and they did it very confidently and stayed within their frame of mind, your thought would be, well, I guess they might have already paid for it. They might have ordered it online. Someone might have told them to do this, right? You would basically make some sort of excuse or belief in your reality to make this idea true. But this happens everywhere because truly essentially, it doesn't matter if your specific person did take it or not. Your reality will reflect your belief no matter what it is. And your specific person manifestation is absolutely no different. And as you begin to choose a frame of mind or belief, like I mentioned, it creates your entire reality. So let's say you want to be in a confident frame of mind as compared to an unconfident frame of mind, or you want to be in a relationship frame of mind with your specific person as compared to being single. Now, I want you to imagine these frames, and yes, like I was saying, this has everything to do with this grand metaphor in your reality. I want you to imagine each of these frames as being a part of a larger film. If you think back to a long time ago, I don't know what year, but when they used to use like film, like you'd run a film through this machine that would run a bunch of pictures like film strips. Think of it in that way. If you think of each frame as being a portion of a film strip, then you can actually pick whatever movie you are about to watch in your reality based on your frame or based on your belief. So what I want you to get from this is think each time you have a massive belief in anything in your reality, you are picking a frame. And that frame correlates to a specific movie. So if you pick the frame that you are confident with being with your specific person and that they're going to reach out to you tomorrow, that's a frame in a particular film that you are finding with your state. But here's where everything becomes effortless. So what happens when you watch a movie? A movie is already set in stone, right? The ending is already the ending, and the beginning is already the beginning. The middle is already the middle. So if you're picking a frame of mind that aligns with a particular movie, then you actually must be compelled to complete that. And that is actually not something new when it comes to manifestation. We know, or have always known, that as you begin to assume a state, you immediately are compelled to complete it or to act it out. So basically, you have the ability to choose your state or the frame in this metaphor, but as you choose the frame, you must enact out the movie that that frame is from. And you could also imagine it like a multiverse sort of concept, meaning there are a million different outcomes and ways, which again, and we could go into this in another video, but the same reason why you've already manifested everything you could ever want. It's already done. Time does not work in the way that you think it works. It's already created. So you are already with your specific person. You just need to pick the timeline or the frame or the movie in this reality that creates it. So the only thing, and I mean the only thing, and this is exactly what I did in my manifestation, the only thing you have to worry about is your frame or your state, who you are being at this current moment, what your current beliefs are. And as you begin to alter or change yourself to that individual, then everything around you begins to immediately act that out. You've basically switched movies from a state of being single into being in a relationship. And sometimes that creates inspired action that absolutely makes no sense. So even in my own story, and I won't go over the entire story in here because I wanted to make a specific video of that, but even in my own story, I would have these actions or feelings, or when I started to change or alter my sense of frame, so my beliefs, so basically becoming the individual in every sense, the version of myself that already has my specific person, I would get these senses to perform certain actions, to do certain things. I basically asked myself, what would I be doing if I was already with my specific person? And I began to enact that. But again, it's not an action, it's an internal state, because you don't need anything in your reality to feel confidence. You don't need anything in your reality to feel chased or to feel pursued or to feel loved. This is all something that if you allow yourself to believe it, can happen within you right here and right now. And then everything else is going to be automatic. So again, that state, that mindset, that feeling is exactly what chooses the frame, which is a part of a movie, which automatically acts out as a result. This is what I mean as well when I say everyone and everything is always working out in your favor to bring you to your specific person. But we just have to get that state, and that feeling can come from something as simple as a visualization or an affirmation or a journaling prompt, just something that's going to get you into that feeling. That's what we want to focus on, and that's what we want to do. So ask yourself, if you're looking at a tabletop with all of these film strips and you were to ask yourself, based on my state state right here, right now, the way I'm thinking, the way I'm believing, what movie am I acting out? Because you are free to pick and choose whatever frame you want to act from. And the funny thing in this metaphor is you're also picking and choosing the frame in the timeline as well. So you can pick and choose a frame of mind or a frame of a movie or a video or a timeline that is the day before you and your specific person being together. There is no limitation on what you can do or at what point in the movie you want to enact from. That's where also when we think about time and we think about manifesting in a certain timeline or amount of time, it's all up to your belief. If you feel as if you're the version of yourself that talks to your specific person tomorrow, then that's going to be the outcome. There's no if, ands, or buts. You immediately act out whatever sense or state of being you are. But I want you to think of that concept. Think of all these film reels in front of you and ask yourself, what movie am I enacting? What state am I acting out? Am I acting or in a frame of mind from a movie that I don't want to be in? Then you don't have to be in that movie. You can change that right now. There is literally nothing stopping you. And this is, again, something you can act out right here and right now. You could even draw out. How about you journal the movie that you want to be in and then pick a particular scene in that and ask yourself, what would I be doing if this were me? That's why Neville Goddard says to imagine your end states and then visualize it until it becomes real, because you become that individual that already has that and moves into the timeline that creates it. But I just want you to take from this video that manifestation does not have to be this massive effort and take this massive action. And I'm going to make another video talking about how sometimes you put in more action or effort and get less results, but I didn't want to make this video too long. So that's going to be my next video. So keep it out for that. But you don't need this massive action. You don't need this massive effort. All you need is the state that aligns with the outcome that you want. So if you did have any questions on this, make sure to comment them in the comment section below. Remember also, if you wanted to reach out to me or send me a personal question on this idea, remember you can also reach out to me at my website at kyleaugustcoaching.com. If you did love this video or wanted me to go into more detail about my own personal story, leave a thumbs up on this video and make sure to put it in the comment section. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Hopefully this helps you out a lot. And again, I don't really make too many videos about my own personal story, but I think this would be very helpful in helping you or anyone you know get to the outcome you want. So I could definitely make more videos. Thank you for stopping by today, and I'll see you in my next video tomorrow.